Hey Gearheads, and welcome to GT Garage Talk, a discussion about all things automotive. I am your host, Corey, and on this week's episode, man, I've got a lot to catch you up on. So I will say, get this out of the way very early. This is a solo episode. We had a guest lined up, speaking of a student-run car show up in the Michigan area. That got rescheduled and postponed in the 11th hour. So you get me today, and we're talking about some very fun stuff. Catch you up to speed on what's been going on here at the channel, what you should expect to see on the YouTube channel very soon. And just generally what we've got going on at GT all together. So first and foremost, I just got back from double dip of truck heaven, basically, in the State Fair of Texas Media Day for the Auto Show of Texas. So every year, the State Fair of Texas has a big showing of automobiles for the public that are there. And for, I believe, the Ram CEO, Mike Koval, did say 17 years in a row now, they have held a press conference at that event. And this year, they did unveil a new vehicle. So last year, it was the Ignition Edition, special edition of the Ram 1500 TRX in a beautiful orange, especially if you live in the Tennessee area and are a big Vols fan. But this year, they went a little bit bigger. And I know the T-Rex is plenty big on its own, but they definitely went bigger, unveiling what everybody is calling the Power Wagon Light. And what I mean by that is the Ram 2500 HD Rebel. And what this is well, it's a Power Wagon Light. It's the heavy-duty truck platform with a lot of off-road goodies, but a more emphasis, a bigger focus on towing and payload. So the Power Wagon kind of just said, you know what, forget towing and payload in pursuit of the ultimate rock crawler. And that was still is the Power Wagon's mission of being the ultimate off-road heavy-duty pickup truck. You've got that disconnectable front sway bar, lockers front and rear, all kinds of good stuff. The winch, that 6'4" Hemi under the hood, very capable, very awesome pickup truck. We've reviewed one on our YouTube channel. Go check it out. I loved it. Power Wagon don't care, and it's true. It is so big and so massive and just walks over everything that it really just makes you feel like Leonardo DiCaprio in Titanic, King of the World. I won't do an impression. People say I already look like Leo DiCaprio anyway, so there you go. That's all you get from me. So that was how we started our morning off. And little did we know, actually, I kind of already knew, but little did we know how much HD truck action would come our way. After that, we took the short trip over to the Toyota booth and checked out for the first time in multiple different trim levels for myself. We got to see the new 2023 Toyota Sequoia. The big news there is they're shifting production down to San Antonio to be produced alongside Tundra and Tacoma in the San Antonio facility. They've already started cranking them out. They are already showing up in showrooms and on dealer lots. So if you are desperately wanting the newest, biggest SUV from Toyota, good luck. They are out there, and happy hunting, we shall say, because we are in unprecedented times. The automotive market is hit or miss in some areas, but very excited to see those finally start rolling off the assembly line down in San Antonio. We got a chance to drive one, but we'll go into a little bit of that here shortly. So yes, that was the big news at Toyota, and of course they had a 40th anniversary edition of the Toyota 4Runner there. The example we saw was in black with the Heritage package. They're only going to make 4,040 of them. So they look really awesome, especially if you're into retro stuff. Really cool. They are potentially the last year model of the current design 4Runner. They're the 2023 model. So take all that with a grain of salt. These will be a special one to get. I'm actually currently driving a 2022 Toyota 4Runner in the brightest of green colors. I can't remember if it's Lime Rush or Electric Lime. Whatever the name is of that particular one, it's a slightly different paint code than the bright green on the Tacoma. You had to get them side by side to even notice, but yes, that's what I'm driving. I've got a bright green 4Runner in the driveway, actually in the garage right now, and there's some things I absolutely love about it, and there's some things that, well, we haven't gotten a new 4Runner since the 2009 model year. Like, they've tweaked it, they've updated it along the way, but the bones of this one date back to my college years, and I'm married with a kid, and life is very different than my college years now. And even myself, like, college me would love it as is. 35, almost 36-year-old dad me would like maybe a few other things done to it, but I too will get into that momentarily. So those were the big news items coming out of Toyota. Then we moved over to Chevrolet. And Chevy had just like 1 or 2 days prior unveiled digitally to the world, digitally, there, I can talk, the new 2024 Silverado HD. And I feel like they are giving themselves a lot of wiggle room with the chip shortage, with just production delays because of just the overall, it's not even just the automotive industry, but it's the logistics industry, just getting parts. Anyway, they're giving themselves a lot of leeway. They're saying first quarter of 2023, these trucks will be delivered, but that goes all the way into March. And to get a new 2023 for the first time in late March is kind of weird. So they're calling it a 2024 and rolling with it. And the big news is updated styling first and foremost. It's the biggest paradigm shift for the big heavy-duty Chevy trucks. And the models they are replacing, I can't imagine how much work goes into making a vehicle and actually getting them out and on the road. But many people have lamented, shy of perhaps top trim, high country, the current batch of HD trucks from Chevy really have a face that maybe only the designer loves. And I applaud them trying to go different and do something out of the box and not just stick with the formulaic pattern. And, you know, kudos to them. They tried it. They sold a few. They sold a lot, actually. And now it's time for a mid-cycle refresh. The light-duty trucks got a refresh. Really love it. Wonderful interior. Fixed a lot of the things that people lamented on the 1500s. Now we're in the 3500 trucks, and these definitely look much more handsome, much more presentable to the world. We'll just put it that way. Very excited to see this new platform. You can also now get that Allison transmission that was previously only on the diesel. You can now get that on the big gas motor. So really getting better power distribution, power management through that transmission on either engine choice that you go with. So pretty big news coming out of Chevy. And then they also had their 4 different models of the new 2023 Colorado there. So they had the Z71, the new Trail Boss trim, which is its own trim now, the ZR2 and the ZR2 Desert Boss. Big news there is all four of those get a high output four-cylinder. No more V6 in the Colorado, but these high output four cylinders put out V8 levels of power, almost diesel levels of torque. I sampled this engine in a Silverado, so it is the four-cylinder high output that they're putting in the bigger Silverado 1500. So they're doing a lot here. So yes, four-cylinder gas engine, turbo, and north of 300 horsepower, north of 400 pound-feet of torque in top trim. And I honestly, even seeing them in person, I think I am drawn to the Z71 trim, which is more the mainstream. And I believe they are going to sell a lot of them. Oddly enough, looking at the numbers, even though they are 3 inches longer overall, the cab dimensions are either the same or slightly smaller. So even though these trucks have gotten really big, they're still kind of tight and kind of cramped on the inside. I'm begging Chevy to send us one for a week's worth of testing. You know, we've tested Tacoma here. We've tested Ranger Trimmer here. So looking very much forward to testing the new midsizers from General Motors. That Z71 definitely has my name written on it. But if someone wanted to give me a ZR2 or a ZR2 Desert Boss, I'd take it. Trail Boss is a little too much black plastic for me, but you can go check them all out on our YouTube or our Facebook page. The full video, quick walkthrough of most of the automotive stuff going on at the State Fair, Texas can be found on both our YouTube channel and our Facebook page. And really, really like what they've done. It's a very handsome upgrade to the Colorado truck that is getting on up there in years. When we inherited it from Australia, it was old when we got it, and that was back in 2014, 2015. So much need of a refresh and an update. The interiors on these are spectacular. It's nice to see domestic brands really stepping up to meet the competition. And I'd say that Ram is really the brand that started the interior wars for not only just all trucks, really. So they applied it to the Ram 1500 when that model came out. I believe 2019 is when they updated that. Set the world ablaze with just their wonderful interiors. And now other brands are following suit. Like I said, the new heavy-duty Silverado and 1500 Silverado have both gotten an upgraded interior. So nice to see the Colorado and GMC Canyon get those new interiors. Moving inside the auto show, the new 2024 Mustang was there. They just had one. It was the EcoBoost, and it did have the bronze wheels. It was in its own display case, basically. So got to check that out with my own eyes. And then the big news from Ford was the new Super Duty. Just the day before, they unveiled the new Super Duty in Kentucky, where it will be built. They labeled it Kentucky, and very excited to see the new Super Duty there. Very, very much improved styling overall. Many different engine choices. So many things going on. I have not dug into all the details of the new Super Duty, but I can tell you the trimmer that they had there on display is the one I would want. I love how the new, first of all, the new Super Duty, the old Super Duty, both of them had just massive headlight units. And the new design really incorporates that more into the grille, where you really don't know where grille ends and light begins. And it's a pretty clean, very menacing look coming up behind you in your rearview mirror if you've got a big Ford Super Duty coming up on you. But that was a big announcement from Ford. They even had a giant trailer full of hay that a regular cab dually was pulling, and just to show off all that it is capable of. Like I said, multiple different engine options there in the new Super Duty. And finally, the last press conference of the day was over at Nissan. So for 2020, Nissan brought back or went into their return to rugged. That is their new stance when it comes to their pickups, light duty pickups. So we got the new Frontier, and then we got the new 2022, 2020 Nissan Pathfinder. Very excited to see the Pathfinder get a refresh and an update. We drove one last year at the Texas Truck Rodeo. It was the Platinum trim. We were surprised by the luxury that it provided at the bargain price at which it came. It's not cheap, but compared to its competition, it was definitely the bargain and definitely deserved a look if you are looking for a 3-row crossover with luxury touches that doesn't break the bank, at least compared to its competition. So really surprised with that last year. This year, they unveiled the new Rock Creek trim. So this is a new trim. It's not an option package or anything like that. Slots in basically in the middle of the Pathfinder lineup, and it gets all-terrain wheels and 18-inch tires, a 5/8-inch lift, different approach and departure angles, a little revised front fascia, orange stitching inside because they're stealing the play out of Honda and Trail Sports playbook. Very clean, very handsome, tubular roof rack that can hold some extra weight. So again, going back to that 4Runner TRD Pro I've got in my driveway, also has a tubular roof rack. So, they're definitely taking cues from known players in the market, and I'm okay with that because, like I said, I really appreciated the styling of the updated Nissan Pathfinder, and this Rock Creek just takes it up another notch. I really like the white accents in the 3-slotted grille, just calling back to its heritage. Really, really clean look, clean design. And that exact model actually traveled with us from the fair to our next event. But we aren't done at the State Fair of Texas. Like I said, I have a full video walkthrough of there are 2 buildings of cars at the State Fair of Texas. I just went through and captured one on camera and then the outdoor truck zone because there's just so much there. And so far you have to walk to see it all. Definitely take your time and go explore it all. In the other building, really have luxury automakers. Acura was in there. I'm trying to remember. Buick was in there. Kia was in there. I do believe Mini was in there, but definitely some more upscale premium automakers in that secondary building across the way. Very cool. The GMC Hummer was in the main building. So if you wanted to check out the new EV Hummer, that was in there. The new Canyon, they had an AT4 example in there. So a lot to see there. If you're interested in EV tech, the new Chevy Blazer EV, Silverado EV, and Equinox EV were in there. That was my first chance to see the Blazer and Equinox. Let me tell you, that Equinox, granted, the RS all-wheel drive version they have at the State Fair of Texas will not sticker for $30,000. I don't believe full pricing has been released, but the base model front-wheel drive, shorter distance, shorter range version will start at or near $30,000, and I think that is going to be a real game changer. Seeing it in person, seeing the styling of it, seeing the size of it, it's the right size for a lot of people. It will be many people's first EV. The fact that it comes from a mainstream brand with over 100 years or coming up on 100 years of tradition and car making prowess under their belt. They've got a dealer network to support them. There's just a lot of reasons why some people may choose a Chevy as their first EV over, say, a Tesla or a Rivian, the names that have really made a splash in the market. But very excited for that. And then the Blazer EV, I'm still a little salty about the name. And I still believe if they'd used the name Nomad, I said it in my gas-powered Blazer review that's on YouTube, that I feel like Chevy could have used the name Nomad for this larger, more car-like crossover for family hauling. Nomad just seems to fit better than Blazer because Blazer gives most people of a certain age dreams and ambitions of going off-road, and neither the gas-powered nor the electric version of the Blazer have that mission in mind. And that's okay. I just think not for the name Blazer. Anyway, I won't beat that dead horse anymore. I will say I like it in person. It's got really good, clean styling. I wish I could have spent a little more time with it. There was a lot going on while we were out there. You can definitely go check it out for yourself at the State Fair of Texas. I'm sure other state fairs around the country will be showing them off as well. But very clean looking. You can get, the interesting part is you can get a front wheel drive, all wheel drive, or rear wheel drive Blazer EV. So you can kind of build it to suit your flavor, and different ranges, different power numbers, different acceleration numbers. Obviously, the SS is what appeals to me. Definitely will give the Ford Mustang Mach-E a run for its money, having seen it in person. So that's my 2 cents on that one. Anyway, that's enough for the State Fair of Texas. You can go check out my video or go to the State Fair yourself and check that out. So much to see there. Chevy even has an opportunity to drive their vehicles at the fair. I did not make it over there to see what all they had, but I do know there's a Camaro and a Corvette back there. So if you're looking to drive something sexy and fun, those are back there in the back. But after the state fair, staying in the DFW Metroplex area, we headed up to Eagles Canyon Raceway just outside of Decatur, Texas, for the Texas Auto Writers Association's Texas Truck Rodeo. Always a good event. This was my 3rd year to attend, and oh my goodness, so much fun. New location for us, different course, very good obstacles at demonstrating what these off-road vehicles are capable of. There were vehicles there that were on-road focused. The beautiful, lovely Sao Paulo Lime Genesis GV60 was there. I got to tell her hey and how much I missed her since she left our garage here. But for the most part, this event is geared towards off-road vehicles and what they can do. I was very excited to get my first opportunity to get behind the wheel of the 2022 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xe. Grand Cherokee intrigues me because it's the right size for my family right now. The 4xe intrigues me because commuting around town, you don't have to use a drop of gas, but then you can take the same vehicle out on a long road trip and not worry about charging stations and anything like that. You just fill it up like a normal vehicle and go. So that was there in the Summit Reserve trim. So nice, so luxurious. Massaging seats, ventilated, heated seats, heated steering wheel, massive sunroof, quilted leather, screens for days in that thing. Like very, very, very nice. And then I did mention when we were talking about Toyota, the Sequoia TRD Pro was there. They had a white one and an orange one. Orange one was basically on photo duty, kept her clean and looking nice for pictures, but we got to take the white one out and test how that one did. Video of that will be coming soon to our Facebook page and YouTube channel. Flip that. YouTube channel and Facebook page. There we go. Very excited to get behind the wheel of that after just having the Tundra TRD Pro for a week here on the channel. Everything we liked about the Tundra applies to the Sequoia. You just get a 3rd row of seats, and I think, honestly, it's got the better looks of the two. I think the sharp lines of the SUV, the roof rack on top, The cleaned up grill that they gave the Sequoia versus the Tundra is really sharp, really good looking. And then the interior is basically the same as the Tundra. Minor tweaks, looked amazing, drove amazing. Very excited to get that video out for you. What else was there that was exciting? The Ram Rebel was there, but I can't tell you how that one drove. That one is under embargo. We will have that video up as soon as Ram gives us the all clear, because we were the first journalists in the country to get to drive it, and they want to give everyone a fair shake. So give us a few weeks and we'll have that video up on the channel. They had the new Compass out, and that's all I'm going to say there. Let's see. Toyota, the Tundra was there. Brought the 4Runner home with me. The Taco was there. Running through everything. The new Hyundai Santa Fe, not Santa Fe, look at me. The new Hyundai Palisade XRT. So for 2023, the Hyundai Palisade and its Kia twin, the Telluride, got a pretty heavy facelift. And the Palisade got a new trim in the XRT, which is more their off-road focused version. And it's got a lot of blacked out accents on the outside instead of a chrome blingy grille, blacked out grille, roof rack, black wheels and tires, obviously tires. But very nice look. We were the first journalists to get a hold of that one. That video will probably be coming out sooner rather than later. Very, very good upgrade there. And yes, as I'm sitting here recording this, just today I got to drive one of the new Kia Tellurides in their new trim, the X Pro, which gets 18-inch wheels and all-terrain tires, slight lift, upgraded fascia for approach and departure, and some other tweaks here and there. So really excited to see what Hyundai Kia is doing with their big 3 rows. And I have a sneaking suspicion we're going to see something special from them at the LA Auto Show in November. So just kind of waiting with bated breath on what Hyundai Kia is planning on showing off. Now, last year they showed off the big 3-row electric versions in concept form. So we'll see what happens this November with them. The Acura MDX Type S was there. This is the first time a Type S has been an SUV, or an SUV has had a Type S variant. Strong V6, really good on-road manners. I was smitten with the navy blue interior on our silver tester. Does have an off-road mode where it raises the suspension. I did take it off-road. I did do some obstacles in it. But who's really doing that with a Type S anything, right? New Honda HR-V was there. I was impressed. Fun, cute little vehicle. Got a video of that coming out. And, some general other fun items from the truck rodeo. You will just have to go and follow us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, make sure you don't miss anything from us there. And then the big thing. So I did mention we were slated to have an interview this week with some students putting on a car show up in Michigan. Very excited. Always love to hear when people younger than myself are getting into vehicles. Keep that passion alive. We've got a good friend, the Vehicle Nanny. It is his job, his mission to keep young enthusiasts interested in vehicles and to stoke that next generation of gearheads. So huge thanks to Bill for connecting us with these guests, but that'll have to wait for a later date. They're in the 11th hour of planning their show and dealing with last minute changes and struggles, and I know all about that because this year, this October 22nd, 2022. I'll get it out. There are a lot of twos. October 22nd, 2022, here in Tyler, Texas, we will be having the third annual GT Garage Talks Unlikely Heroes Car Show presented by Pelche Subaru at Hilltop Church of the Nazarene. So this is our favorite event to put on, to do, to host. And we are looking forward to yet another day of fun with our local community, getting to see some interesting vehicles. The whole premise of our show, as its name implies, is focusing on the unlikely heroes of the automotive world, the cars that don't get the recognition they deserve, that they don't get the treatment they deserve sometimes. They do all the dirty work for us, that nobody puts them in car shows. Nobody shows them off. And that's what we want to do. So we want to show off your daily driver, your high miler, your vehicle with dents and dings, your project car that's just getting started that may even need to show up on a trailer. We want to see it. And we've had some very interesting vehicles show up to our past 2 annual car shows. Looking forward to making our 3rd annual car show a blast and a hit. We're doing things a little bit differently this year, and we are giving away a $500 cash prize on site this year to the Pelche Subaru's People's Choice Award. So, go to gtgaragetalk.com/car show or gtgaragetalk.com. Find the car show page. I'll even put a splash page up that calls you to attention right to the car show right there up front. And go register your car. Doesn't matter what condition, doesn't matter what it looks like, how many miles. It could be shiny and pretty. It could be rusted and barely get you there. I don't care. I want to see your cars at my car show, and then invite all your friends. Admission is 100% free. We just take a $15 registration fee for the vehicles that are entered. We're working out details for a charity for that to go to and support this year. But last year we supported a family in the local community that lost their son prematurely, and just helped with the costs that come with that, funeral expenses and whatnot. So still looking for our charity for this year. And that's what those $15 go to help support. And so, yes, car show completely 100% free to spectators to come and check out, working on getting food trucks there, entertainment there. So we will see more details to come. Like I said, gtgaragetalk.com. You can click on car show to learn more about that. Can tell you right now, we will have, I don't know exactly how we'll do it this year, but we've got some branded prizes. So I've got some Jeep merchandise, Toyota merchandise, Ram merchandise, Subaru merchandise that we will be giving away at this event as well. So just very excited about this event, the possibility of getting to see the gearhead community, see how we've grown over the years. You know, a lot has changed on our online community since last year's show. We've crested 32,000 followers on Facebook. Thank you so much for that. And that has just been a blast to watch blossom and continue to grow. Just last year, it was just over a year ago now, as I sit and record this, we hit the 1,000 subscriber mark on YouTube. We have now crested 6,300 on YouTube. So love just seeing all of our outlets grow and blossom, and just the interaction that we get to have online through those channels. But this is an opportunity for me to get to see you face to face, get to chat with you about your vehicle. Like I said, I really want to see you bring your vehicle. Doesn't matter what condition, what it's like, please bring it. gtgaragetalk.com. Go click on car show, find out the details there. And yeah, I like these face-to-face events, and I'm very much looking forward to this year's annual car show. Again, it is here in Tyler, Texas, October 22nd from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. All ages welcome. We will do awards in the 1 o'clock hour and start wrapping things up shortly thereafter. So I know I say it goes until 2, but you'll want to get there early. Stay there all day. Check out some stuff. We've had a a Lamborghini show up both years. We've had some very interesting vehicles that were never sold here in the States show up. So looking forward to seeing what we can get out there this year. It is at Hilltop Church of the Nazarene. That is on University Drive, just down the street from my alma mater. So very much looking forward to that event this year. And that's really where I will leave you tonight. I am very excited about everything that we have recorded, both at the State Fair of Texas and at the Truck Rodeo. We've got some fun vehicles coming to our garage for week-long tests. We've got some stuff that's already left us that we've already filmed that hasn't gone up on the channel yet. So really looking forward to getting more and more stuff out for you to watch and consume online. But really, ultimately, I'm excited about the opportunity to get to see your bright and smiling faces. You get to see me all the time. I want to see you. I want to get to meet you, see your car, see what you're driving, see what motivates you in the automotive space. And so with that, like I said, you can find us Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, all at GT Garage Talk, or just head to gtgaragetalk.com. Find links to everything, including the car show. Go get registered. Till next time, gearheads. Bye.